6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Hassan Gilani. First, the headlines. Prime Minister is arriving in United States today to attend 79th UN General Assembly session. Shehbaz Sharif says entire nation is grateful for Saudi Arabia's cooperation in recent stabilization of Pakistan's economy. Chinese president has expressed desire to promote cooperation with Pakistan in diverse fields. Protests have erupted in New York as Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi visits United States for UN General Assembly session. In Lebanon, 100 people were killed in Israeli attacks today. International Day of Sign Languages is being observed. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif is arriving in the United States today to attend the 79th UN General Assembly session. The Prime Minister is scheduled to address General Assembly on Friday. In his address, Prime Minister will highlight Pakistan's perspective on a range of international and regional issues of concern, including Jammu and Kashmir dispute and Palestine dispute. Prime Minister will reaffirm Pakistan's steadfast commitment to multilateralism and support for role of the United Nations in fostering global peace, security and prosperity. On the sidelines of the session, Prime Minister is scheduled to attend several high-level meetings, including discussions on existential threats posed by sea level rise and UN Security Council's open debate on leadership for peace. He will also hold several bilateral meetings with world leaders and a call on the UN Secretary General. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has congratulated the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia on its National Day. In a statement, Prime Minister said, under the leadership of the King Salman bin Abdulaziz and Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, Saudi Arabia has emerged as a great country of 21st century. He said Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030 is an ideal model for whole world. In today's era, Saudi Arabia is leading developing countries in business, technology, economy and other fields. Alluding to historic relations between Pakistan and Saudi Arabia, he said these are rooted in common culture and faith. He said both the countries have always stood by each other in difficult times. Prime Minister said the entire nation is grateful for Saudi Arabia's cooperation in the recent stabilization of Pakistan's economy. He said brotherly relations between the two countries will always remain intact. Chinese President Xi Jinping has expressed the desire to promote cooperation with Pakistan in various fields and enhance people-to-people contacts. In a congratulatory letter to the Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif on his birthday, he said strengthening China-Pakistan relations is of utmost importance to him. Chinese President said both countries are strategic cooperative partners through good and challenging times. He emphasized the challenging international scenario has never affected the strong relationship. Xi Jinping expressed the desire to work together with Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif to promote strategic cooperation and advance construction of China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has expressed his gratitude to President Xi Jinping for warm birthday wishes. In his post on social media platform X, Prime Minister said he is grateful for this gracious gesture that reflects iron brotherhood and all-weather strategic cooperative partnership between Pakistan and China. He said together we will continue to work and to build a prosperous Pakistan-China community with a shared future. Lieutenant General Muhammad Asim Malik has been appointed as Director General Inter-Services Intelligence. He will take charge on next Monday. Lieutenant General Muhammad Asim Malik is currently serving as an Adjutant General at the General Headquarters in Rawalpindi. Asim Malik has previously commanded Infantry Division in Balochistan and Infantry Brigade in Waziristan. He has also received a Sword of Honor in this course and served as Chief Instructor at National Defense University as well as an instructor at the Command and Staff College, Quetta. He has also served in Military Operations Directorate. Pakistan's exports recorded a significant increase of 14% in beginning of this financial year due to support of Special Investment Facilitation Council. According to statistics, exports increased by $620 million to reach $5.1 billion in August. Due to increase in exports, country's trade deficit has narrowed to $3.6 billion from $3.75 $1 billion at beginning of current financial year. Meanwhile, imports of high-quality items such as vehicles, home appliances and other consumer goods such as garments, fabrics and footwear fell by 1.3% in August. With support of SIFC, government is considering various measures to increase domestic exports and stabilize economy. This is Radio Pakistan. Protests have erupted in New York as Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi visits the United States for the UN General Assembly session. The protesters condemn Narendra Modi's involvement in killings in Indian-occupied Jammu and Kashmir and other parts of the world, including Canada and the United States. The protesters chanted anti-India and pro-freedom slogans. In attempt to showcase normalcy in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, India has invited around 20 foreign diplomats from prominent countries to witness the sham elections in the disputed territory. The move is being seen as a deception as diplomats are protesting India's repeated denials of permission for earlier visits. 15 more Palestinians, including children, were martyred in Israeli strikes in different parts of Gaza today. This has taken the total martyrdom toll of Palestinians to over 41,422 since October last. Israel has intensified attacks on Lebanon, killing about 100 people and injuring many others since this morning. People in southern Lebanon and capital Beirut have been asked to evacuate their locations quickly as Israel continues with unabated aerial bombardment. In Sri Lanka, Anura Kumara Dissanayake has taken oath as the country's new elected president. In his address after taking oath, President Dissanayake vowed to work tirelessly to fulfill hopes and aspirations of Sri Lankan people and earn their trust and confidence. 55 years old, Anura Kumara Dissanayake won presidential election with 42.31% of votes. International Day of Sign Languages is being observed today. The day is a unique opportunity to support and protect the linguistic identity and cultural diversity of all deaf people and other sign language users. The theme this year is Sign Up for Sign Language Rights. And finally, the weather. Hot and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 12 hours. However, partly cloudy weather with rain, wind and thunderstorm is likely at isolated places in Kashmir and adjoining hilly areas. And now the headlines once again. Prime Minister is arriving in United States today to attend 79th UN General Assembly session. Shehbaz Sharif says entire nation is grateful for Saudi Arabia's cooperation in recent stabilization of Pakistan's economy. Chinese president has expressed the desire to promote cooperation with Pakistan in diverse fields. Protests have erupted in New York as Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi visits United States for UN General Assembly session. Protests have erupted in New York as Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi visits United States for UN General Assembly session. In Lebanon, 100 people were killed in Israeli attacks today. International Day of Sign Languages is being observed. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.